because we all knew what happened during the election, and then when our mother of the land came out to declare the winner, how it started and how it's going so far. Yeah, so I think they are right. They need to file the petition very well. They should stand strong by their words,
Okay.
so that they will do it.
All
By
right.
hook or by crook, they have to get an answer to it.
All
Yeah.
right. And then this one also says MPP will take back majority seats by hook or crook. Looking at looking at the situation at Parliament now, it's almost a divided seat. And then the Daily Post is also saying that MPP will take majority. What do you think about that? Do you
For,
think
for
MPP?
this one, it's not going to work because as it is now, we know that NDC are the people when it comes to that seats in the parliament, they are the one leading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think they are the one leading?
Yes, they are.
Because I think it's a divided seat. 137, 137.
Although it's a divided seat, but you can't predict the future.
Okay.
And me predicting the future, I'm saying that NDC will take it.
You think NDC?
Yes, will take
Okay.
it. So MPP, please, I beg you, push should relax for us.
Okay. Let's go to the insight. The insight also says that contractors are suffering. I think we even have a story on that about contractors having problem with school building and government not paying them. What is your take?
My take so far, to my analysis and my investigation that I did, the contractors are saying that although they are as a group, but they are paying individually to the government,
Okay.
thinking that the government is going to pay them. Let me say it be like a tax, more or less like tax. We know that we are registered individually and we are paying to the government and we want the government to come to our aid. But here lies the case, after we investing into buildings, then the government won't mind us again. What
Okay.
is the government trying to tell us? Then they said they will even go on strike very soon, just for them to get their share of the money.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And then
that's it.
another story also here says that TEU begins nationwide strike. That is teachers, educational teachers begins nationwide
Nationwide
strike.
strike.
Talking about this teacher strike as at this moment, I think we are just about to open school back again.
Yeah.
What is it that the government is not doing that makes teachers go back on strike for this whole period of being in the house? Government couldn't settle their issue with them. Now that school reopens, they want to go to strike.
Do you know that sometimes, let me say, you have, let me say, children, then you love some, then you do hate some.
Okay.
Then sometimes the rejected stone becomes the chief.
Cornerstone, right?
You've rejected them. We are staying in the house. Teachers are in the house. For all this while, did they think about them? I'm very happy that yesterday when we were talking to Mr. Ejeni, he was like the private school teachers, nothing was done to help them. So how can you come out and we can clarify that the private school teachers are even more than the government workers, because I'll go to teachers training, I'll graduate and then come and be in the house thinking that maybe I'll get a work to do. I won't get. The government is going to give me a work to do. I won't get the work. I'll try to go to private schools to be employed. They will employ me. Then here lies the case. I'll come and sit in the house for almost a year. Almost a year. Then this time around, you are telling me that I'm now going back to school. Meanwhile, I have nothing at home. Then you can't just jump into conclusion that this time around I'm going to school without, when I was in the house, maybe I wasn't feeding well. I wasn't even getting the attention to read or learn. As a teacher, all the time you have to be like a watchdog.
Yeah.
You
You need to be
be
doing research.
intelligent, be doing research.
That is right.
Maybe someone came to stay in the house and the person sold the phone just to feed. Then this time around, you're telling me to go back to school. How am I going to get the access to the information situation that I'm going to teach the children.
Okay.
You see.
Let's go to the Ghanaian Observer.
Okay.
Akufo-Addo says, I am hopeful of NDC MPP cooperation. Let's talk about this. Now that Parliament is divided, Akufo-Addo says that he's hopeful that now MPP and NDC would work together. Do you think that is possible?
It's possible.
You really think so?
Yes, it's possible. He's a man of justice. He's a man of peace. Aduga guy. Adu show boy. Yes, he can do it. You see, I send be anywhere ba. You this kind of heading. Echa. You the anon heading. Eka. So it's like sitting them down, talking to them. Let's come as a family, work together. Then we can help the nation to build up. We should just put NDC and then MPP aside and see ourselves as one people. And it's going to help us.
It's going to help us.
Yes.
The Ghanaian Observer says again that Chief of Staff deserves second term in office. That is Abu Jinapo. Says Chief of Staff deserves second term in office. Assessing Chief of Staff, do you think she's really done well that she deserves another term? Yeah, okay.
I don't really think so.
Okay.
It's high time they go and then some people come to take in charge. If your knowledge of ruling, you are lacking, maybe this is the time that someone has to get the opportunity to rule too as well. So they should create the space for another person who's come and rule.
To also come.
It's not meant for only one person.
Okay.
It's meant for all. Yes. So we should give the chance to another person who's come and rule over us.
So you think that Chief Justice must go for
so
other people to...
Yes, someone like me to come in.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's nice. I mean, we are all serving the nation.
Yes.
So we can... let me go to the Ghanaian publisher. It says that Zumi Lion fumigates and disinfects 6,000 schools in Accra. Acha, talking about this fumigation, you know, we are in a COVID era. I mean, it's still around.
Yes.
And then we need to fumigate all the schools because school reopens very soon. Do you think the fumigation is really going to help, or we really need COVID-19 protocol? We have to take that one seriously instead of the fumigation.
Both are important, but to be honest with you, schools being reopened, I don't agree with it. Look at children, 6 years, 2 years, 1 year. Sometimes parents go to the extent, parents with good jobs who don't want to lose their jobs, mothers especially, they'll take their kids to school at the age of in 6 months.
Okay.
You see, and then a child like this will go to school and be crawling on the floor. Is it good? It's not good. And then children like 2 years, 3 years. Oh, your nose mat is very nice, so take my own, let me take your own. Is this going to help to decrease COVID-19 or increase it in our country?
So do you suggest we take the safety protocols more serious?
More serious, very, very serious. And also teachers to get their eyes very well on the students to make sure that they don't exchange some of their materials on them. Something like nose masks. They shouldn't. And they should also make sure that from time to time, when the children are from break, they should wash their hands before coming to the class. Anytime each child goes out of the class, that child should wash his or her hand before entering the classroom. And also the teachers should also do same. This time round, because of the pandemic COVID-19, I'm urging teachers, please, I'm begging them, they shouldn't use cane on students, because if I'm affected with such sickness, then you use cane on me. You go and use the cane on another person. So imagine. So please, they shouldn't. Even don't use your hands to be beating them.
Talking about school reopening in this COVID-19 era, I mean personally, I was thinking that from kindergarten to at least class 2 should be at home because of their age, and then they are at a state that they can't really control themselves. So I was thinking that from kindergarten to class 2, they should be at home for the meantime, for the upper primary to operate to the junior high school, and then it goes on. Do you think it is right? Because these are kids that, I mean, they know nothing about this COVID.
With the new curriculum that the government brought, that all schools are going to use, this new curriculum is not going to help at all. For even from, let me say, kindergarten to primary 2, no. If it's primary 4, I'm okay with it, because from 5, 6, you can take good care of yourself.
Okay.
You see, even the stubborn ones, if you, the teacher, you are not careful, they'll just bring you problem. So because this new curriculum, children will learn in group. So just like the way I'm sitting with you here, then I'm having other students around my table. What are you doing? Let me check. Now, if we are learning, then you stretch your neck to look into your partner's book. It's a way of learning. It's no more copying. Yes, it's a way of learning.
Wow.
Yes.
I see.
I went to the school when they said the new curriculum. I went to the school so that I could get the certificate.
You went for a seminar. Okay.
Yes. So I learned.
All right.
It's a way of learning. Okay. So let me say 3 years. A child in class 3 will go to school, and then that child will come and sit here. Class 3, I'm sitting here. You are here. You are here. Someone is here. I can't even. I'm tasting. You, the teacher, you don't want me to go out. I'll take my first water.
Because my main problem is that when it comes to kindergarten, they are always close together.
Yes.
They almost play in a group. They are very close. See, and I don't think
schools, for instance, 60 children can be in one class.
That's right. I mean,
children. And look at the size of the classroom. And if social distance is to be made, then some of the students will go outside the classroom. So is this going to help us? Then unless we go back to first time, Anopa near
so do you think that government should hold on with the reopening of schools?
Yes.
For the meantime, or you think we can still proceed?
No, for the meantime, you should hold on, because this pandemic time, this era of COVID-19, is not good and it's not safe. If you want the safetyness of your country members, then please, I'm begging him, you should wait till the time that we are going to say that there's no more COVID-19.
Okay.
Then if we have to go to school, we go to school.
We go to school.
Yes.
Still on the Ghanaian publisher, Martin Akpebu says that Akufo-Addo has power to appoint acting minister. I mean, this was an issue that came few days ago, that Akufo-Addo came out to say that there are some ministers that will still hold their post as acting ministers, and then Haruna Idrisu came out to say that there's nothing in the constitution like acting minister.
Okay.
Here comes that Martin in the what do we call it, has also come out to say that indeed Akufo-Addo has the right to appoint acting ministers. Do you think it is right to have acting ministers, or you have to nominate for them to go to vetting as soon as possible, and then they take their post?
No, it is very good for him to appoint acting ministers, because if you don't appoint acting ministers and then you just give the position out to them just like that, Imagine giving a position to me, then I don't know. I know Miss Bedigan as Canibi. I want to spend some of the country's money. I'm also a minister. I'll come to you. I want to do this for my constituency, so I want this money, blah blah blah. Then you give me. I don't do anything about it. I'll just go and spend the money on my family, my ladies, side checks and stuff. Buy big cars, build big houses and stuff. Am I an acting minister or I'm just a normal minister? What am I doing to help the government? It's high time that the government should stand on its feet. When he gives anyone money that you have to go and do this in your constitution, he should do follow up. Because he don't do the follow up, when they are appointed, they give them money like this, go and do that, they will say okay. Then they'll start nicely. They'll come and show you pictures. You think that's all. But here lies the case. During campaign time, you go to that country, that town, villages, and then you get to know that they said they want to build roads, construct roads, build schools and stuff. You go and then you get to see that still students are under trees. Isn't good? So please, he should stand on his feet this time round in his second term of office.
I mean, concerning what you are just saying, I think there was a ministry, Ministry of Evaluation and I think something like that, evaluation and assessment or something, that checks the day in, day out activities of ministers. But when it comes back, we still come back and say that ministers are not doing their work. Does it mean that Ministry of Evaluation is not doing the work? I mean, checking ministers, or because it's just a minister, they are in good terms, they feel free and then they live how they want.
They all get their parts of the share. Come and see something about me. I am minister so and so. I've gone to take money from the government. I want to do so and so. Take your part of the share. Cover me up. Let me do this. The government won't do the follow up. Only if you give him the feedback of what I'm doing. You tell him that I'm doing A to B. I've started A. Now I am in the middle of getting to B. Go and tell him like that. Then I'm short of money. I have to get another money to continue. Just give good testimonials about me. Then they will do it. They all do get part of their share. We shouldn't think about ourselves only. We should think about the country too.
All right. My chance says that we should think about the country as well, not only as. We'll be going for a short commercial break. When we come back, we will continue with the newspaper review. But before that, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and all social media. I mean YouTube, Twitter, and then Facebook as well. It is Premium TV. We're going for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
die hunsem de uba hunsem Brandon Brenton dia de ba ko pe na mekanfo ede ema wo Brands Aid Limited nkuana obetime ne omede dwuma bi te say taxi top advertising brand activations billboard fabrications general printing outdoor advertising any afofro bebre omobo eso eda fom say boko obehu ometira kwan e wo Kwashiman Presbyterian Church no do ni tro sani faso pepepe obetime afro omoso e wo 0546944411 0546944411 ana obetime asra omo e wo mabel time fide eso www.brandsagh.com Brands Aid and your original branding ventures.
Back, you're still watching Premium Express live on Premium TV right here. We're discussing newspaper review and then matters arising in the nation. Let me welcome my good friend, Francis.
Yeah, big man.
How are you?
Oh, by God's grace, everything is well. It's just that Ghana traffic.
I mean, you
always
always say this, but you know it is everywhere. I mean, when
from afar.
even in Nigeria, I mean, it's worse than Ghana, even in Nigeria. But I mean, people.
But we are not talking about Nigeria. We are talking about Ghana.
Anyway, that is right. Let's continue. Francis, Daily Guide says that Formina MP decides majority seats in Parliament. What do you think about this?
Okay. Let me take this platform to greet your viewers who are watching us right now, and also my royal king, Nana Otuo Srebo, who is on the throne as the Council of State, the chairman of Council of State. Formina MP decides majority, and you know he was from MPP, and he decided to go for independent. You understand? And this is the case that when he went for independent, he has become the deputy speaker of Parliament. And I remember this man Esiama said so that when they go into Parliament, this is the people that he will join is the MPP, not the NDC, because his blood is from MPP. So when he joins the MPP, it doesn't matter. So he has decided to join the MPP.
I mean, Francis, do you think that the MP is going to join MPP on the fact that, I mean, he was part of MPP initially, and then when there was primaries, I think he was disqualified and decided to go on what do we call it? Independent.
He was not disqualified.
But he lost primaries.
He did not lose primaries. They appointed a different person in place of him, and he decided to go in.
Okay.
So he won as independent candidate.
Now he winning as independent candidate. Yeah. Before that, Akufo-Addo came out with a statement that once you go to independent, I mean you are not part of MPP again, and so he disowns everybody, that any MPP member that goes to independent. Here comes the case that this man went on independent and then won the seat as well. Afterwards, the president still grant an interview and then said that he doesn't like disobedient children, that when you go and then you disobey him to go for independent, I mean he wouldn't be in good terms with you. With all these statements coming up, do you think the MP is still going to have the courage to join MPP?
You see, he has become a hot cake.
Yeah, I accept the fact.
He is from MPP. Nana said he is not going to work with independent people. Okay. If you are from MPP and you go in as independent, he's not going to work for you. Or he's not going to work with you. This is the case that he has won his seat at Formina, and he has become a hot cake. 137
Right.
Parliament.
Right.
If he joins NDC becomes majority.
That's right.
If he joins MPP becomes majority. But he is from the trails of MPP. who is he going to join? Is he going to join the NDC or is he going to join the NPP? And he has become the second deputy speaker of parliament. So definitely he's going to join the NPP.
Now, being the second speaker of parliament, I mean, the first speaker of parliament is from NDC, and then the speaker of parliament is from the NDC, and then he being second speaker of parliament. Don't you think with that alone it influenced him to join NDC?
When you read the standing orders of parliament, okay, the independent candidates in parliament must join either the minority or the majority
Yes.
to become majority hold takers in parliament.
But let's hold it. Don't we have an independent candidate in parliament that they don't join either NPP or NDC?
No, you need to join
I think
one party.
we've had instances like that we have independent.
When you watch through 2008, we had CPP, three people joining the parliamentary in independent candidate, but later on they joined the NPP to have majority holds in 2008. In 2012 too, we have CPP also having two independent candidates joining NDC in 2012. You understand? From 2012 then 2016. Do you get what I mean? So this is the case. Independent candidate must join one particular party in parliament so that they can become either majority or minority.
Okay, that is right. The Daily Guide still says that MMDCs retains at post. Do you think that the MMDCs must still remain at post, assessing performance of the last 4 years?
If their work are profitable in the sight of the government.
To you, how would you assess the MMCs?
Okay, some MMCs and some DCEs did not work well. Some squandered the public funds. Okay, some enjoyed the public funds. Being of public relations. Okotomo to Kakra, Betre for Osimidi Akoche Assembly. So I say, or yeah, we are Osimidi Akoche say. This is the kind of people that they walk around and they see around to see if the DCEs are working. You understand? If the DCEs are working, and you could see that the common fund that comes from the parliament goes straight to the DCE or the MMCs to work or to develop their community for the MPs. Okay,
exactly.
To retain their seats in the parliament. But this is the case. Some people did not work in the MPP and the NDCCs were just lost to new people in the parliament.
Let me come to Achan. Achan, do you think that the MMCs must remain at post? I mean, assessing their performance at the last 4 years.
I said something earlier on, and my brother to us repeated it, that this squands the country's fund. They'll just go and buy 1 or 2 things and then go and give to churches and stuff.
When it comes to squandering, I mean, we don't have evidence to it.
We do. We do. Yes.
We see all the projects that
they are doing.
But you see, you see them, but you don't have evidence that okay, this is the amount, spent on it, because I mean they go to parliament for evaluation and assessment.
Where does that go? The common fund go. It goes straight to the DCE and the MMCs. What I say?
You see,
it is a Metropolitan Assembly. You can't distribute money to develop your community there. Then where is the money going? And they don't even account for the money. Instead of selling to water, no 2 coins, no one Google town, Oh, one year now.
Ati obacha say ugidi say makotu gata ketewa bi mi se maye development a ugidi say still a e wo so mo ho na mo tu gata ketewa no ana say e wo say ye ma enkrofo a
enti ne ka say mu nominate a mu fa acting people enkrofo mo ni abro mo pese mo ye adwuma ma mo enkrofo obi wo ho no ma on nam potemu ni mu onye minister onye obi a na sin pako no obua e ni sika ye mputudwuma e wonpotem ho no enipa bi sei no o fa no na se opia na ji kakra to mu se obeboa East Legon kan koye obi interview papa bi honorable interview ho oni aban mu but papa no owo ni sika bi etu ni bi oye udru area ni ma wa ye gates ahane ha aye loro kwan asa so aye den asa ka ho bie nsuo free class na ekra beka say nsuo
but obacha me no mi enu nim say answer no obi beba be MC president na appoint
it's can make us say
enti say nipa no ti
hwehwe mu ye answer no ma appoint ma fiti prapo pe enko na enko appoint obi akeke because say nipa we or say otna outside country or Ghana ni but oko school fiti JHS now ko hono san owie na okosua recycling send ye use boiler ni ade e generate gas e very good importance of it. It was your bad country no one not or just kakesie oba ni country no try so oni zoom line for be dey e be adwuma aso na on my head anaka aso na a month so I do 600 cedis ono no sometimes e top full e di go mo kan ni e se so mo kan ni e di mo kokko ye adwuma ni ade no e ma to chances obi owo ni sika papa bi di no is the go ni fie nkwa ba se full se 5 obi owo ni sika papa bi di no na waba na obro ni nim die kakra na owo no ode buo ma adwuma akoso no na se o man 600 cedis a adwuma na ni baje ho ana se na ni nje ho they didn't make good use of him and retire or train who free adwuma no better na e on status on no ankasa beboa ni putin edru baby a East Legon American house echi ho no nkrofo bi ho no ni etu om high tension yetu om no oni bi apa na ye papa ni koye akọ build a very nice place and osisa nkrofo ni bi ye dey akogum oho no ma ye koye kotu nkrofo endende me ne wo kase ko ho no ma project om kase mo be ya fa so crampo mbofo but some nkrofo ni na wapa mo you see etinu masa emra so see ebeji nkrofo bi free ho no na nkrofo papa na ba ye dey aba be she ho because say Ghana ni tie na adoso eni bie no adoso obi ehun se we ni juma we ni juma e ko se enti se ye di we ba ye di we yes ya ye enti ye ji nkrofo bi free ho no this can study na adoso.
You see, let me ask something, our lady's voice. When you appoint someone, that person should be competent enough to work for the society. Who is a leader? A leader is a person who needs to humble and serve. Yes. Even the Bible proclaims that if you want to be a leader, humble and serve. But these people has made themselves politicians or politicians who want to politics us in certain ways. Waba said Krama ho brase. What you say? We are no offer roof character and they are two. What they want to my or your Bible you say. What they mean say my or your Bible you say. Now Uma can be dead what do one what in a hono massa a druma cake. Upon one cake no fry with them out. Who are these people serving? Are they serving their family or they are serving the nation? To me, I would say the MMCS and then DCEs, some should step down from their seats and competent people who need to serve the nation must sit there. Yes, must sit there. And yet, young folk be Emma nye juma hwe John Dumelo okotu gatem amoye debate you say wonye badwemba
no, but you and I know that like you said they are politicians. I mean, Okoyi Gatamuno does not mean say he's ready to serve the people. It's also a trick. I mean, we've seen so many times that some of them even go and then drive Benku, and then some of them even go and wash bowls at restaurants and stuff. But at the end of the day, when they come to power, I mean, if you go to their house, you won't see them.
Boss, what I'm trying to say is we need competent people in our society who is willing to serve the people. Yeah, I need to about the Anna. Yeah, so you need to meet
Yes.
power. Yes, that is the point.
You are right. Let me still come back to you.
I'm on.
Rawlings to be buried on 27th. Former president.
He's a statesman.
Of course. What are your expectations? What?
You see, Rawlings is a statesman, and I would say he's the founder of the Fourth Republic.
Right.
Because he made Fourth Republic a republic for the Ghanaians now.
I mean, he gave way to democracy.
Democracy.
That's right.
And I would say the father of democracy in Ghana. He's a statesman. He's not for the family. It's for the state. And the state decide what to do with the body. Okay. I wish they could bury him in a monument, museum.
Museum.
Yes, the museum of Kwame Nkrumah.
Okay.
Okay, because he's a legend. From military coup to a democratic government. June 4th, let the blood flow. No, a soldier knew. So what I say. You can change it the prior to two in South, the first school attempt in 1971. A champion and a year is but Oba and Osanso be two different. But I didn't a hard drain is let the blood flow. So what I say. 3 high court judges, 8 million right. Marco Crowley or your bow, and the back a piano for or right. On now what I saw at that time. What happened to them? But you have fun in your good side and your bad side.
So, Ajay, I like you said, Nipa Bia on the good side and bad side, but I want us to concentrate on the good side, how he has become helpful to the nation, and then his project and policies, how has he helped our nation?
Helpful, he has really done well. He has really done well. He hates corruption.
Yes.
He slapped his vice president, Aka, when he was a corrupted man.
I mean, I heard instances there was a time that he even slapped the late Mills on certain issues.
Certain issues. You see, some people who hate corrupt, we tag him as a bad person. A person who speaks the truth, we tag them as a bad person. You understand that? Or that sorry, so yeah, dear. Or he major roles are not a organ in a found in a year. On his way. A farm that Shashi Road. Before buying a bay renovation. But Shashi Road from 1992, Eben on a year. A blue road. Before coin of expansion. That's what I see. It will say what Jerry has done. We need to do more. JHS. Saturday senior high school, by this time, I'm here school. So I say, nay, a high school.
Oh, I mean, by this time, then come maybe. Oh, many kakra. Many kakra. I mean.
Go 6 form.
But you know that those stages were stages that I really liked, because before you come out from that stage, you are matured. You
Nice.
get matured both in the brain.
It was a waste of time.
To me, I didn't.
It's the same topic. Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, Form 5.
But would you accept
Once
with?
we have primary 1, primary 2, primary 3, primary 4, primary 5, primary 6.
Would you accept with me that even with the same topic, and then you are being taught over and over again,
years in that school.
don't you think it broadens your mind?
broadens.
Yeah.
About a crowd school.
And he made it
Some
short
Form 1,
Form 3 and all the SS in the buy. So it is nice. You see, he has made education so easy for us.
Flexible.
But we the citizens, Nankasa, we don't like learning. You see a graduate who has a master's degree in technology. Master, I know that now say you should try and fix this TV for us. The same TV. Obeka say, let me go and look for the book and try and do this.
I theory, no practical.
Obroni I have a friend a person in master's degree, no? Not just a okuta adwin no. Obetimi aye.
If you say nansan mu ye nko school enche enti ye kọ kakra na ye wie eno na mbia adwene nim no.
Boss, it is very good. Oko wasted 20 years in school. Ah, how?
Obecha mamemra so also then na wo my
You call the finders, no? The finders, page 4. NDC 6 Supreme Court review of Amewu judgments.
Okay.
Tibra Francis, what's your gist about this one?
Amewu judgment, huh?
Aye.
Hohoi has voted and they have elected their representative in parliament.
Okay.
They made recount several times and the who still takes the lead. What's the problem? What is the problem? The only thing that they are saying is one town which is within the OT region is part of Hong.
I mean, it wasn't one town. I think there are about three towns. Lolobi, Akpafu, and Likpe.
Lolobi, Akpafu, okay.
These are the three towns that.
And you could see that these towns, Hohoi, you could see the regional map that Hohoi is also in OT region.
I don't think so.
So you see nothing wrong with it?
No, they have voted.
No, I don't think Hohoi is part of OT region. No.
They have voted.
OT region starts from these towns that I mentioned. That is Akpafu, Likpe, and then Lolobi. Those are the enclave.
Do you know where OT region starts?
Yeah, that is what I'm telling you.
It's an error, so.
It starts from
Where?
Hohoi.
You use the word enclave, not Hohoi itself. So these are the towns that are very close to Hohoi, and they think it should have been added to Volta.
I wish you could see the
The
OT region
map itself.
But what I know
All right.
is Hohoi is within the OT region because from Hohoi, Jasikai, Rapon, Rara, okay, then to Dambai, to Upper Volta, that is Dambai North, going, that is Volta Lake. You understand? These are the towns or the regions in OT region, or the towns in OT region.
So to you are saying that it's like
So
they
far
shouldn't
as-
seek any.
No. So far as they have voted and they have recounted it several times, they should stop it.
They should stop it.
Yes. They
Nana,
should
your
stop
what?
it.
What is your gist about this?
You know,
They should
I mean,
stop
the you know what? Let me come when with this issue. I think I have problem with what do we call it? Francis. My reason being that from those areas you are mentioning, there was court ruling over it. But let me still ask you, Francis, do you think that this ruling must be petitioned again because it has been ruled once and for all?
And what did the court say?
I mean,
What did the High Court say about this ruling?
he came out to say that those towns should have been added to OT region, and they should have voted in OT region. And because of that, Electoral Commission couldn't know whether they are supposed to vote in the voter, that is the Howard constituency, or go into the OT region. And for that matter, that is why Chachu Chikata says that it means their right has been taken from them by voting because they couldn't vote. And there has been court rulings.
Right how? Who set up constituencies in regions? Is that easy? When a government creates regions, easy also creates what? Constituency and districts. You understand? And the constitution gives her the mandatory to do so. It this and then the 3 towns in OT regions could not vote there. That means they are not part, because they are part of the new region that has been set
So
up.
that is the OT region and then its districts on our screen now. And so
Good. Kratchi West, Kratchi Nuhunu district. You see, these are the towns in OT region.
no,
These are districts instead.
Yes, district.
But
Yeah, these
Kratchi,
are districts instead.
Kratchi,
Yes.
uh,
So what I wanted to know personally is that to these 3 towns, should they have been added
it's-
to
Howard
it's
constituency?
part of Hohoi.
So
Whether they
so
like
why
it,
are
They
yes.
considered as part of OT region? Because I remember this same issue.
Unim boundary. Reverse. Sorry.
Me
Unim
too.
boundary. Boundary are there a check 2 towns.
Yeah.
What I say? Until a river can be a boundary. A sea can be a boundary. So on the patch. And even the land itself can be what? A boundary.
Okay.
Until and sana obedru ebia memfa Accra. You call Ashanti region. How many regions will you bypass before you get to Ashanti? If you Accra, into Uber Kwak of Akoforujia, Eastern region. If you Koforujia now, Ashanti region.
Ashanti region.
Into how many regions? And yet, and now one. Good. And so, boundaries are the dumb be preventing in hand. Who say what you have, what you have, what you have. Everyone.
Yeah.
The pay any a year now walk it's a town within Hohoi, but it's a boundary within the OT region.
Are you sure it's a town within Hokoi?
Yes.
Because I know from
It is
Hokoi, it is from Likpe, Akpafo, enclave that you go to Jasikai. That
It
is-
is a town that joins, or is a town that makes it a boundary to Jessica. You get it? What's a geographical map now? Physical map of Ghana. What's the voter na esopan? Any big team. And OT anyane di. And a voter so ayede anyane di. Inti hwe lipe edi ko nyina. A boundary within that side. Enti Osha eka ayi ho hohoi
Okay.
eka hohoi it's part of hohoi, and they have voted, and you can't restrict them saying they did not vote, so they have taken their right from them. How did Amewu became a winner in Hohoi constituency? How? People voted for him to represent them, or to represent him, his people in parliament. So the counting, several counting, and even sending a petition to the High Court.
And I think it's
and the
because
High
of
Court
his
giving his
grades.
rulings.
That's why they continue to
High
vote
Court
for him.
giving his rulings, or their rulings, and he was made a winner, and he has been sworn in as a member of parliament. You can't stop him.
Nothing.
Obacha to
No wearing of nose masks. Ghanaian gives their reasons for disguising COVID-19's
Obecha, Bisa, do you think we have a reason for not wearing nose mask or for not adhering to the COVID-19 protocols? Do you think we have a reason? I mean, as Ghanaians.
To me, I have my reasons, but I don't know of the whole of Ghanaians. To me, I have my reasons. Because me nose mask, I can't breathe in it.
All right. Hold on. We will go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we will go to the main topic for discussion of the day, and then, as my panelists are seated, we discuss it, and then we get to the people for them to understand what is really going on in Ghana, and then for them to also understand the democracy, and then know what is really happening in the nation. We're going for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back from the commercial break, and then we'll be going on the topic for discussion today. The MPP group in Ashanti region has come out to warn the president over the fact that when it comes to appointing ministers, MCs, and then DCEs, they shouldn't be left out. I mean, they've sent petition and they haven't had result from it, and so they are still back and then doing demonstration that they are warning the president that when it comes to appointment, they should also have their share in the national cake. Let's go and then watch the video. And then the video is not ready, but let's come to it. Let me come to you, Obecha. Sharing of the national cake, do you think it is compulsory? Say, omampeni befa ubia fi babia, anase o say ohwem no fa enkrofo mo betumi aye adwuma no.
I was so ashamed no fan perform between you. Concerning this issue, we tried calling the women organizer MPP in Ashanti region. When we called her, look at the way she was talking to us. With this, if like he had choose the right person, like he or she would give a fair hearing to whatever we want to say. But we called her and she was like, Menya Modern. And then she hung up.
Like seriously?
You see, so with this, we are telling so Bia Kekena was offer, or be as a media and your friend. We are the third arm of the government. You're from Puan Peso Befi. Fourth arm of the government. You're from Puan Peso Befi. You see, you have to give a very fair hearing to what we have to say. It being good or bad, no matter what I say. It's also to me shame. He should look deep, then choose the right people. Because from what we watched, the videos that we are having, they were like, is the government aware or has the government received it or not?
Obecha, hold on. Let's go and then watch the video, and then when we come back, we will
this opportunity to thank all the media present at this gathering. Again, I would also like to commend the media for the good work they did before, during, and after the 2020 general elections. You independently covered the 275 constituencies with little or no support from any external sources. Ghana is proud of you. That notwithstanding, may I now go straight to the point as to why we have invited you all here for this important press briefing. We of the various identifiable groups in Ashanti region have come together to form ASHANTI Nkoswo MPP Puntuo, and it is registered at the Registrar General Department. According to our party, the MPP Constitution, Article 4 of the party constitutions, it states clearly that a member who has a grievance against the party is permitted to write a petition either to the constituency, the region, or national executives. We presented a petition to Mr. President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the Vice President and the National Executive, on 29 December 2020. And it is close to 3 weeks now since we sent the petition, but we have not heard anything from them. We want to use this opportunity to ask Mr. President, have you received yours? Question. It was given to Gideon Buaku when we came to Jubilee House, and he assured us that it will be given to you. In 2016, we won 169 parliamentary seats, looking forward to win more seats in 2020, but the story changed. We lost 7 parliamentary seats in Greater I would like to take this opportunity
That was the ASHANTI Nkoswo, a wing in the Ashanti region that they came out to warn the president that, I mean, when it comes to the appointment, we should also have our share in the national cake. Let me come to Francis. I mean, do you think it is the right way to appoint from all regions when it comes to appointment, or we should look out for the competent people to do the job for the nation?
Boss, one good thing is we need to have with the video that we just watched, they came to warn. When we say warn, how do we understand by warning someone? Warning means giving a vivid instruction or orders to put someone at work. To put someone at work. Boss, in this case, what they were doing is not warning, but is what? Demonstration. Yes. And you're warning. And you come and stand in here, read the paper and tell me, say you are warning. There are some people who can warn and even put a president to a seat. Fine, there are ASHANTI in Kosovo and in Puntu. When you read their petition or their statement that they brought in, they are trying to tell the president that he should appoint competent people and leaders, MMCS and then DCEs, to work effectively in a community.
Okay.
This is the case there. They are trying to tell the president we need more infrastructures, we need more developmental projects in our community. Okay, we need schools, we need water, we need here. But these same people made skirt and blouse. They know Canadians one. The other guy who made an interview said they used their money for the campaign, and the government said they will try and sort them out. Up till now, so they are demonstrating. It is not a warning. To the national cake that you are saying, it is a government who appoints a minister and also an acting minister to serve in a country. The government appoints and the vetting committee in parliament vets them, okay, if they are competent enough to serve the nation. That is where they become the executive body.
That is right.
You get that point? So in that case, if you are trying to tell the president that they should also give a share of national cake, a chat to hear me by another friend say a chat women women of gender minister of gender affairs. So not in that case, if she's not competent enough, does it mean that the president must appoint that person? No. We need to have an effective and a competent people who can work and work well.
But Francis, you and I know that when it comes to appointment, I mean, there are ways of appointing people. That is how come we don't appoint competent people, but we just come out to just nominate anybody for vetting, and then when the person passes, he or she becomes a minister. Normally, it has become a norm of these parties that when the party comes to power, they think that, okay, we need to get our ministers from here. We need to get our MMDCs from here. We need to get our DCs from here. Do you really think that that is the right way? Because when you come to power, it is about the nation, not the party again. And so you need to appoint people that are competent and not only competent but are willing to do the job for the nation.
Good. Your question is a very nice one. When I was talking, I said in Parliament we have a vetting committee, which comprises the two main political parties, the NDC and the MPP. When the MPP appoints, okay, someone for a minister, definitely they will pass through a vetting committee in Parliament. If they are not competent enough, they will not allow them to go through. And one thing is, the appointment of ministers also come from the Parliament. That also breaks the law or the separation of powers in Parliament. If a minister is being appointed from a different background, that is where the Parliament go in for checks and balances. That is where they can check the executive very well. But the executive themselves are from the Parliament and they go in as cabinet. And it's a very big problem to the country. It's a very big problem. So how would the Parliament check them accordingly when they are needed for a position in a ministerial area?
Obacha, me yɛn hwɛ adeɛ wɔ ha o sɛ meboa party ɛma party ɛba aban mu a ɛwɔ sɛ kyenkyena a menya baabi hyɛ anaasɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛyɛ ɔman no adwuma.
ɔman no adwuma ne yɛhwehwɛ ɛnyɛ baabi a wo bɛnya ahyɛ woyɛ pɛsɛmi nkuminya wiase no yɛfa pɛsɛmi nkuminya so ntena but this time round no as a politicians no mo nyina mo yɛ pɛsɛmi nkuminya. It's not good ɛnyɛ eti no if you help a government to be on power it doesn't mean that by all means they should just give you a position in the government for you to be. No, it's never done anywhere. Although I've invested money, a lot of money into it, but it doesn't mean that I should get a position. Maybe I've invested like 200 million, then that makes me a politician. Maybe I don't have any knowledge about politics, but all that I know is I'm investing into it so that that party will move high. It doesn't mean that you should come and give me position. That's the time that when you give me position, you get to know that I've invested much, you've given me position. Then what I'll do is make an meeting. Because when you're GDO, say meet me, I say, it's you know, Mr. Metanasi, there are many influence. Toka. Say, baby, this is the time for you to enjoy. Toka. It's not good. It's never done. Mon fan perform between me a juma. Man castle when you see Kenti, when you bubble no. There be a fan castle.
Okay, let me read some comments from Facebook. But before I read them, don't forget to also follow us and then share our videos on all social media platforms. That is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then YouTube as well. It is Premium TV. There you can like our page. And then let me read this from Julius Ataokoeyi. He says, "Good show, guys. The Ashanti regional executives of the MPP should leave the government alone. It's too early for such unnecessary pressure. Ghana does not belong to them alone. I can't wait for Premium TV live coverage of the 2020 election beginning this week." All right, good Julius Ataoko. This one, Mensa Francis Ejay says, "Premium Express, the best show ever." Akwesi Ashanti Kisi Raymond says that, "Good morning Ghana, good morning Premium TV. Ghana dear Asemo." And then he says, this one says, "Good morning Premium TV." All right, let's continue to our next topic for the day. There have been some group of contractors that has come out to say that the government owe them about 5 billion Ghana cedis, and therefore they should come out and then pay them. If not reopening of schools, they are going to close down some schools because they built with their money, and therefore they wouldn't watch the government used their properties and then without paying them. According to them, they have tried several times talking to the government and then getting their money back, but it seems it doesn't work. And so if persuasion fails, then force must be applied. Therefore, they will be closing schools down. We are looking forward to talk to the chairman of the Association of the Contractors, that is Mr. Jan. We are looking forward to get him on the line and then for more clarifications. But Francis, let me come to you. This issue of contractors, I mean, it comes up every day, that government gives contract, doesn't pay, gives contract, doesn't pay. Let's get to know the fact about this whole thing. Do you think it is good for you to give somebody a contract and then later on don't pay the person? What are the procedures? What are the policies that they go through before even executing the contract?
Good. process with the government, before I can give you a contract, for you to work in the country, we need to pass through a process. That is a signage, okay, of documents. The document will state that use your money, and I will give it to you later on.
Is there not any initial payment?
Or the contract will say, I will give you half of the payment, okay, to start with the contract. Later, I'll pay the rest. If the contract comes in and you sign and you do your work, okay, and you try to demonstrate around, you are breaching the will of the contract. To my senior men who are contractors in Ghana, say I bind the sika a foreigner. Now the foreigner comes in to construct bridges, highways, dual carriages, okay, in the country. And yet and a mama sika and I am finding and I did yes, yeah, contractors maybe. All this kind of words they say it.
But I mean, let's state this.
That's the amount.
Francis, let's state this fact that when it comes to foreigners coming to construct in our country, you know that immediately they finish, they are being paid. Sometimes they are even.
That?
I mean,
they also invest their money.
Okay,
in it.
if that is
if
the case, we haven't had instances where those contractors outside the country comes to demonstrate or write letters to the government for their payback. But we live in the country that, I mean, 2, 3, 4 years our contractors construct roads and they are not being paid. Do you think it's fair?
You see, our local contractors who construct the roads, they go into agreements that, okay, let me use my money. After using my money, you pay me back. So that they say, almost foreigners, so they do the same thing with them. With the local contractors, they get the money, some part of the money, to construct the roads, the schools, the bridges, the drainages that we have in our country. You understand? And in this case, when you construct it, after constructing, you present your project that I am done. Emami. Hello. Now say now you just stand aloof. Later on, like I say, if you don't give us our money, we are going to close schools. Who dare you? Who dare you to close schools?
I mean, they built the schools with their money.
Who paid them?
They have not been paid.
Good. It's the DCE who does that work.
And they have not been paid.
The central government.
My member also. Contractors here ain't your okay. Almost almost to school. Ujidi say no kwan so say I was almost to school and now say I was say omuni aban tinase no mo yen hihye na yetu omoka.
Ebi a hihye no. Me to me try say omo tinase no mo kon hihye asa no mo ye de. Omo ye. Eti no ebi a aban no endi ni die so. Omo mo die so aye de. Aye. Eti no me di die so na maye no. Want me mba e me kan try me say wo de ani de wundi so. And the kwan dia so metumi asay de wo say me say a me so mama hu say o ti wo ya wo no me de meye. Anya kra ya wo wa bre so e na sa de we esiye. Person ni kwase na anya kra ye nipa si mesi abre so. E na ye bubu schools adaya omo ndom skatu aye enti se nipa ni scanner no otiso scar so akwaji wa no we si no ese se scanner de fa hin enti won pese se ngwase ne beto a ene mesre wada oni omo ntena se na so di wudi so na fo muskai de emomo because me wonni ma me fa nse me no tie na se ebia ye to phone ye to usika wo na se me kwa me koye ni bra se and your phone to me da ho no si a to me be papa phone im na okọ me ba na phone da ho wan na ye wonni ho no because me de to na wonye de wonni your phone ni ma papa me to me ache abo me hu wo mu no misika wo ususika wo nti abo ye nyina eti ndem misra no onye mo ntena se na onye mo nka se na tie si scanner no be mo mpo a na na fo de be ska o de anya kra mo kakra bi because me sure say dodo na kwaji loan and no de yes a project no it is some kwaji loan am de project enti say ya ntumi ba me kan tram say bank for no and a loan for no e dai me ka no me so me ndan so ka awo we o ka we ni bre so what I say eti kwan bia so na me so me fa me so me sabe ka me sika na me den me ye and me bra so ka asemi o say MPO say MC for na DC for na was they have to see to it. My dear, we made a call earlier on. We want even their pictures and stuff. They were like, I'm penny for some mom for more pictures and more logo near the end and out and some. So they know what they are doing. It's their family men. They have to take care of their family too as well.
Francis, let me ask you this. Who is responsible for contract execution?
Contract execution. The president awards the contracts, okay, to the MMCS, to the DCEs, and then the DCEs also awards them to the local contractors, so that they can do it diligently. Because the MMC is like a local
the municipal
government,
assemblies, yes.
who see to it that projects will go on within the district or the metropolitan.
So if government awards contract to DCs for them to give it to contractors, so when contracts are awarded to DCs, what are the policies? Now, when the contract gets to the DCs, what are negotiations they go with the contractors? Because if you should give me 2 years to construct a road, by then my money will be ready. Go and execute the contract. At the end of the day, before you finish, your money will be ready. Now I finish the contract, 2-3 years down the line, I don't get my money. Now, is it because the money is given and it has not been paid, or the money has not been given from above?
You see, when we're talking, I earlier said that the common fund, which the president gives to the parliament and to distribute it to the parliamentarians, goes straight to their district, that is the DCEs and the MMCS. Okay. The common fund is there to execute projects. Go and do your contract. I'll pay you later. Okay. And some of Ghana bank unze Ghana and I said Ghana Jumaya phone. So also mean we are na me fa misika nkoye dia. Any ma misika nufa. Na me fa nkoye. Begin ya abejimu. That contract is there. Yes, I tiny or more a sign. So I say, a Casacon be may funny say, oh, mammy, oh, now, mammy, oh, mammy, bebra, offer, as mom. What catch your offer? Send your best mammy, dear, and you also mammy lorry food. What I see, it's be called back, my baby there. Now, so the mammy. It's one or catch yourself out or lorry fair, echo. Now, the lorry fair call. No one first can now. Next time, I was now about Obeko. But so the lorry fair, no more. Why in Piao Caprana? Next time, I was now crying on himself the lorry fair. Is that not so? The Ghanaian contractors now is the same thing as government in the Yamam. They give them half of the money, into half of it, and Akoyase. Do you get half of it in Akoyase? And the DCEs have that money in their possessions. On betting me again, mark contractors. Me 4 years, fire quan with mammy. So I say, dual carriage, foreigners in the Babayas Adian, or here 6 years, meeting me their yes Adian. Into 6 years, within 6 years, no foreign and never not Mitika never because Obama invested, or we are a binary pianica within 6 years. It would piano or with the foreign account.
So why can't we do same In Ghana.
Good. Why can't we do same in Ghana? No matter the same or.
Aden na young crop for the yesisi omo na amafufro for so the yetu omo.
I'm sure what dear. As some American only antimasi. What I'm trying to say is, we give partially. We give partial money to our local contractors to contract roads. So what I say, as a mama was kind of fancy for juma, who be a material. Foreign one also no. Oh, baby, ye a quite say. It's one cassava sika a bay, Uria made it scanner. Ama.
It's your money at the moment I am firm.
Foreign one,
yes.
You try go on account.
It's in I don't know.
It's when you say no, yeah, they are more. On my area, and I make sure say the one who is in charge of projects, any DCEs, any MMCS.
They are in charge, but if finance minister does not give clearance for money to be paid to the contractors, it wouldn't happen.
And with that clearance, you know, there was a co-parliament, almost friend, and there was a president, so sounds about the ready 100 days of budget to the country. In the parliament, sounds about friend, in the 100 days near Koniniano, president prepare budget for the country, and son was started Juma.
What
I say, and son why then was started Juma. In the Obakaya, the inauguration of the president, he said this year will be the second year of what?
Year of fruits.
Good. And second year of what? Constructing of schools, be able. And then hospitals and so be able. Because they planned within 2020 and coronavirus ended. COVID-19 came. So this is the case, say, the act of doing something, the president still remember that he has awarded people to do their work. Among some better to schools, one that is our contract. It is a DCE to build schools in a district. You get what I mean? So ma or buy a chan sika so buy a chan for koye piane. So I say na what did the sika come aye piane na. Send the sika na was a mitriama.
Anti adenti na embre so say we say mamembra oba chan so. So wo de sika koye aduane. Na say so ye de sika ma wa. Aden na embre so say ye de sika be ma wa. Na afi de gi say ye. All right, we've had Mr. John. Hello, good morning, Mr. John.
Hello, good morning, Mr.
Nyame adumo na also eh.
Oh, nyako paso.
Ready ase. Yeah, nedi kan ma kwa ba premium TV so. Na yenya no nti yese eye mukuo bi a mo wo no omni aban demoka na maba abeka se aban ametua moka schools bi amudi musika asinu mo betum obera ye bebie school yi ense we emu no kra ne sen
Papa beta ni ya o ti fo ani o mo ti mu so akon ti o pe ti mu na Papa de ye aban ne se e wa aban manifesto mu se Ghana for ni na e be di wa dan ya o manifesto ni se 1 million for 2020 Papa ta ti kan no Ghana ni bi ani se afeso aban be ti ya kwa no dia ko Abai Kesi another office. I am middle bed. I will see you. Adamo. Papa see you in the MPC in the Shire. In the see you 2 1 there go or yes, Mama Pine. Papa na MPC in the IS. So not project and I know more by accident or I don't know by Papa, I hope I see the background. There na be a or a good that 2 swing na dia kawo. Papa we know the market, the market is abo. We know the spectrum of life, Papa ya ni na abo. We know the dreams, Papa ya. Papa about the double track no. Ha den ka ka o ga na ha. Papa ni na ye na ko. Me ya o for mi wo ma. Me man. Papa ndi ka ya yanki school da ya mo wa ta ya ba ya je mo na ni na ko ma so ade ne se. Je mo na ko be na ba pom de na ba pom de. Na double track no. Atwem. And no ya ye for mo di bi a se ko da ko. Papa, consultants are a certificate in the mind. They are submitted to come a little bit. The travel files are the whole country anything. Only anyone was in that certificate in the Commission of Finance. See, finance is what you be account duties. They are more only one rather than on the church that to be account. Papa, okwa 2 weeks monke mwenya hotel na you just send us my account apa enye almost your account na ye pa bank hotel yes rabbi yes ke papa no yes ni your papa ntia manzo yes pa le chow nga on train no ni ye na ntinkunya na ye ntrase na ye mu bra o mo tia kana mai so mo ka de no ende project no bia 10 obi a 15 obi a 5
Mr. John, what you mean kan? Ansa na mo be hyase aye enwuma no eye enhyehyɛ ben na mo ni eye MPs no ni CEOs no call ye se mo di musika ye ana omo ama musika mo de ye na mo atoa so enhyehyɛ ben na mo ni omo call ye
papa ni ja omo ni ene se di musika ne be ye na di musika ne ya wo ye duru level bi wo le in blocks kura papa o ba consultant for ni certificate omo ti ama papa ye no sa on tia na en to contract for ni pesa man ko so di musika di ka ko di tinka se ko di mo tia o ka di ne e for ne compete do ano papa ta na to ka se ndi di ka ne da o iyo omo ti di na ma
ni omo ka che mo ni se sika no da ho na mu wi a omo betu na sabre omo tuya sika ni bi ama mo ana se omo tuya bi kura
papa omo tuya sika ba ko kura ma contract omo tuya 100 cities kura ma contract bi ya
me ba cho mo ye adwuma ni enfie san ni
papa nti na ma se 1 year mo na we
1 year mo ani na
papa bi o ni 6 months ya e wo ya wo na se no se e se ye adwuma ni 6 months ya adwuma no after 6 months e mo nti
enti after 6 months echino na ewe so mo di musika mamo sadia omoka se omo di musika mo account details akọ Ministry of Finance mo di achire akọ hu se ampa bibia aye okay akase ye di sika no betum account mu ana
papa dia as a finance one that the association no ana ya fire wo ko ma ya trade papa ya ko Ministry of Finance wo ye ntina ya nko ya ko CEO no one na asa juma on the free ko na ya am this for so no o ya ye juma ya contract o ma ya o kan se o ko ni tia o ti nya bo tan o me che kana ba ye nya bo tan o me che kana ba
na mami bisa o eye mo ankasa musika na modi eye adwuma no ana mo kope bosia wo baabi na modi beye ye
papa ya ko ndi bosia wo credit union eye asori bank ya o makeka o wo ko ma asori po tika ne wo papa ya na da tin na fa kwa tika o men school papa na tika no ke bo mba ya da ba be mu so o mu ye mo no tia mo ana no mai ya ta ko di credit union o ta de yi anya ya da tika
yo Mr. John enti sabre edi asem na wo be ka kire aban
papa dia mensa ya dia ya ka tin na papa ya pa aban cho ya pa kan so ba ya de cho ya pa Christian council cho ya pa shit sorry na pa ya ka bo ayi na di ku mane ya pa tan cho mo na cho fa o bi a ki ya ni ti bone papa ya ti ka no dia wa a wa na tan so ni ya de ya de ni ka sa se a de te fo o se ya ta sa ya ben tu ya de na tu ni ya fe o po ni sa na papa yu ni na ya pa ba cho se ya pa cho wa ni an ta se wa te ta no be di school ta ni ya ti ti tu be mo ya o be so ya ando ma na de ya ando ma ni na so o ni an ti mo ni an ka bi bia papa o bi so ba no ko ma ni so an ni na ya na ya ko sa lo so ni na n fɔ ndo n ti ko bi ye papa jɔ de ye fɛn o bɛ bɛ yɛrɛ ne bɛ ma ne ma sɔn ne yɛrɛ ne cɛ ye fɛn o ye bi ye moto jɛ ko fɔ ye sɛ a bɛ ti sɔn na ko mɛ ko moto bi ne bɛ papa jɔ o de o ma ka o fɛ n'o ni n ti ko ya ni se bi o sɔn ni ye yɛrɛ ya yɛrɛ de papa ye bɛ ti
Mr. John mami bisao uwa kwa contractor unim contraction mu njuma pa eye abrofo se omo ba ha na se omo ba be ye adwuma sani ya ye omo no ugidi se saa na ye mindful
papa me de ma se pa sa o ka se ni papa ye certificate ya afi aso ye ko renewal papa ala sign ne so contract no o fi fo ye contract o ta da na mo se de si ka se da na ba ye fi ama ya papa tambia ko go tambia ka ni aw papa ya de wo tia ya no ta ma ya no ta contract papa me ti ni ta ti ko se ya wa se foreign contract apart from that ni ya papa o ni na ya school that be ba de wo akon de Ghana ya ni ka je ni ko Ghana fo ni pa lo de ba so ni papa ya sa ba ya ti mo fo na ya wo man ya wa ka se ba ya sa o we o bo ni ti ka ni
Now, Mr. Jama, maybe so say omu ɛyɛ aborɔfo no ɔmo wie wɔn dwuma a ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo ba bɛyɛ ɛyɛ akwan ne schools ɛwɔ Ghana yɛtua ɔmo ntɛm ara so anaasɛ ɔmo nso ɛkyɛ te sɛ mo deɛ yi biara.
Papa, all the energy beside the number I have on and that's it. Apparently, what you know. The law now, what you need to be up for this Ghana more. Now, for the law, now, you know, the whole coming here to you. Almost it. Apparently, every hour country is over. The boys are now fellow, all my cars in a man. Now, by the law, in the ginger. No one in my school, no one, no more in the ginger.
Next. Na kyerɛ sɛ baabi a ɔmo kɔpɛ bosia no nkurɔfoɔ no de sika no ɛma contractors no na ɔmo de abɛyɛ adwuma na mmom wɔn fa ma aban no. Sɛ wɔn fa ma aban na mo local contractors na mo nso mo yɛ wɔ ha no na aban ɔyɛ den na otua mo ka.
Papa, the end of the minimum said, be a revenue now, I did know. I never know what you mean after Papa, be on their side, share. But when you're catching you, one is all Ghana. You're never be there, you know. And if I have been on your own here, Papa, will tell you any free application. So, you was that I will see that in our own better. I can tell for what's on the show, Biaka, and see that I'm in the table of Papa. Doctor, the boss, I can talk. Yeah, that is you. I know that doctor, the boss, and she has and in the area of other doctor. Yeah, but I am on that. I'm not done. Yeah, I'm fine. I have to win here. I don't know. Because you're about to see all the money. You know what you have to do. Not terrible. All benefits you get out of here, but all that you can get my own budget. Never yet, you want to be a new year. You want to want to move here. About a money and you will get about that and at the end of the month. We'll be on some of the Catalan and don't Ghana. Yeah, Ghana, you will be also what you have to. What about you? What are you able to all the year, I will see you after all that. Papa, you have found TV station. Oh, man, you never wish you. That's what I will say. After you always think, oh, yeah, I to station, you want to end here. Yeah, the one 6 months. There won't be 2 months. There won't be our month. Don't come to be better on this kind. And you say that's right, man. But I'm sorry. Not for that, the job is in my area. For the idea, so now you look at the moment, which you have found to ride in fuel. That means you're on their level.
Mr. John,
Mami bisa uka sɛ mo akɔgye bosia na mo de abɛyɛ adwuma no ɛyɛ den a ensi hu ɛwɔ ho na aban betua mo ka adi nna kakra yi mo gye ensi hu so afi aban ho ana mo sika no na mo hwehwɛ.
Baba, yeah, you can go on anymore. And you are answer up by the potential. What do you think? Yeah, from Papa and the Zaka. And you are being an idea to Papa, I know the car. What the fair?
Yo, Mr. John, you better was bebre say you too and sa FL Premium TV no. Oje opinion na oni yedi nkomo. You better say. Amen. 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 So that was Mr. John, the chairperson for the Contractors Association. I mean, from how he's speaking, it tells you that he's really hurt, and it is very bad according to the treatment they are giving to Ghanaian contractors when it comes to issue of payment. And then they will tell you, go to finance ministry for clearance, go and do this, go and do that. At the end of the day, it takes a year, 2 years, and then they haven't been paid. According to them too, they also go for loans, and for the loans, there are always interest on it, and so if you don't pay them, their interest still goes up. They are complaining bitterly, and I hope that the president hears their cry and then pay them, because they are also part of Ghana. I mean, they pay tax when they work. They have families. They also have responsibilities to take care of, and so that is their work they do. I believe the government will hear this in a good faith and then go to their aid and then pay them all their debt. But Francis, 2 minutes. From what Mr. Jan said, you could see that, I mean, Ghanaian contractors are being treated very bad, very, very bad.
In fact, I have been hearted. You see, as our people go in for loans to construct developmental projects in our communities. As you were saying, some need markets, some need drainages, some need schools, some need a lot. We need a lot in our country, and the government will need to pay them, need to pass through process before you pay them. And it's a horror. See, it's hard-hitting. They have families, they have wives, some even have girlfriends. Okay, that they need to take care of. But
I mean, he's the wife.
Yes.
I mean, they are.
But one thing is, the government need to pressure the financial minister to give them their money, and it must pass through process, as he said. They need to present their certificate to the Ministry of Finance, so that the Ministry of Finance can see what they have done and then give them their money.
Obapa, my member also, we share senior papa kasaya. Utimu say, yeah, na, then na obe kachre, Ghana buying Ghana contractors one.
One second, and we decline. We started to make us a first topic, and I started to make my contractors from. Catch us a more loan. Shall sorry, Sika. Nasa be a sorry, never say, or no, or Coban, or Coffin is scarce, yet the skiama, any profile as say loan, now, yet in Singapore and bar. A sorry penny from this can cotto bank. A sorry man, maybe a nappy, drew baby on some years can be. Eddie Abuana was some account master and man, never cast sorry for 9 days. It is cap. Pressure Beco Bank. Now, after pressure call Monkaji loan so. Asia. Or so on Bass and 5. Asia. Sure, what Papa Jill loan, and what dare you win now? Or so dear. Casa, friend, no name Tunasi, no name Casa, only Casana, Kuma bedding, ever 20 him. Meno Casa, Medoka. Day I cannot medo. Metia. Only says his scurry. Say, and yes, and announce I so bad back to power. Nakana Nakoya, coming to this and come scan on Comosa bedding. Ever can. Yeah. Bridge, sir, institutions no music heading. I was saying, Pancra, she walk or you loan crabs and so could jail aside account because me mobile or jail says I'm no case. Mamma Bresso, I don't call a contractor, sir. I don't call you loan or the year. 200 million. I call you loan or the year. Mamma free so. No fees and mamma, ever back to power and the Sabacan scan. Mamma free so no. Since in scan, everywhere here of Yaching out to modern.
Minimum bisa or no so or no there on that job, but I say that's why I did not court your proceeding. I mean, almost about 2 million Ghana cedis are.
You see, when you come up for could be a man.
But Francis, let me ask you this. Yeah. According to Mr. Jan, when these foreign contractors come, they come with the government goes for loan, and then the financial agency funds the contractors. It means they are being paid on time. You get me? It means everything goes on well. Now let me ask this: why can't the government go for loan to also fund our local contractors? contractors as well, like the way they do for the foreigners.
Because in our country, me and you, we are the taxpayers.
Right.
We have oil refinery that also serves as an income. We have resources like gold, diamond, bauxite that also serves as an income. We have agricultural products, exporting and importing. Okay, that also serves as what income. Cocoa is a cash crop, and then cashew nut, cotton, shea butter. All this money goes into the coffers of the government. As he was saying, that the government goes for loan, and then the country that will be providing the loan for the government will say, okay, you are going to do a highway, then let me give you my people, go and do the highway, and I'll pay them here. So the people will come, they'll do the highway, and they'll pay them into their accounts. That's what I said before he also came to the big that they pay the money through their accounts before they come into the bank. You understand? In our local government or in our local situation, we were abandoned. These people are in MPP. Eti oppressor obenya contract. No way. Eti se who MPP, we were NDC. Na me ma contract na wa buy no a free sua. Usi cash you. Only me patch. I didn't think na yem pet policy be. And fan come on and say, okay, then if a government will come, let government issue money for construction so that we the contractors we will do it for the country.
Now, the president during the inauguration also said that this year is going to be a second year for year of roads.
Good.
Now, I think there's always a budget for roads when finance minister comes to parliament. I mean, there's always a budget for roads. If there's a budget for roads and then you get clearance, what prevents you from paying the contractors?
When we talk of road, in terms of road, we have foreigners coming in to construct the road, and we have local people also constructing the road. Which kind of road are we talking about here? Is it a dual carriage or a single train road?
And our contractors.
Is it interchange roads that we are talking about here? You see, the kind of roads that we are talking about, last year was cocoa roads, roads leading to cocoa. Okay, who are those going to construct that?
Francis, I mean, irrespective of the roads, okay, whether it being a cocoa road, a dual carriage, or an interchange, whatever be the case, we are talking about roads that are being constructed by our Ghanaian contractors.
Good. Which are not being awarded, which is not.
They are being, yes.
Good.
Now, I'm coming. My problem is that, hold on. My problem is that, why are they not being paid on time?
On time now, what can you do? You need to be a friend on time. The only thing is,
because
you set your certificate, a better true process, and sakran and do
Auntie Francis, I was saying Juma within 6 months. After 6 months, we be to your car. You should know that. Some answer na maybe 6 months. You know, me document. You know, your process here and sana 6 months and about.
And nothing na me person me mama say. In that case, you know, say bibi wo honom na foreign na neighbor. Say oba be ye a kwan. Ni e twa ni sika gu na account mu. Adenti na buying so MP policies be a be local constructors so and one sign on. Adenti. So what I say local contractors never quality loan. Ni entwa ni car. Now be a car burden e dia man. When we are near free country ni ma. Obo what's all company who baby e kwahye e boy kra. Which is not fair. Oh, they're not made patch and say, Bebre na free, a buy mu and ever. So they say, me MPP chairman, we say I am this and that, so award the contract for me. Na me yes idea no. If I go to the bank, now I get the money, I should do the work. No, what buying every so. What buying free so what? Sikana be your bed. Ashe.
Enti ma me bisa obacha ugidi se ba se ye award contractor e wo se ye di ma ye political party ye nkrofo ana se e wo se ye di ma obi bia obe qualify because se ye di ma ye nkrofo na ya aban fi so a aban foforo e ba no ontua ye nkrofo ne ka saa na aban foforo so aba ono so award a we nso ntua ne nkrofo ka eye saa contractors no na ye how money o mabusua ugidi say e wo say ye award contract to individuals that are capable but enye partisan
dear enye etini e ka say upo bia mana ye djuma men ka say we o me party we o ye say wan sho no krampo na akuku eni ma sekese ma fema kontinsuni no ntumi nye de enye niye obeye niye obeyi na kuma mai de aya ma se ne be ye ochene bi be de obesan ya frɛ no but odu komo efie nipa na so oje abeka so we de enya hwe instead of say obeye adwuma no obeye niye no abeka so ma me nye mfiti ase in the next like 1 year time ebeye okay in the next following year no na ade na start say e de obesa ma misika ma say de asaye enye ana ya pa no so okasa no o say foreigners no mo ba country ni na so mo ba be ye adwuma mostly no foreigners no like aban ko omo country ni na so mo kwa kwaji loan na ana ye ma sankrofo no ye den eba which means a loan crampo no ye fa ma directly ye di tua into also to mo so omo no contractors na de ye tua mo ka what you say ansana omo ba adwuma no so ma omo ba country no so ma be dey on ba be ye adwuma and na moreover so mu tua mo ka so mu tua mo ka the here ne say wo dia time na wo so di tua mo ka no sa time no so of scan come on what you say etino de say ye ko ye nyimje ye betumi aye wo country na wo say anke omo di scan ma ye no na ye je no omo nyo omankasa skano ebesan so ko go omumbutom
anti quick one then na wo ka kire omampani efa Ghanaian contractors
me ka kire say ye didi ye diem eneje na ye boa ye de ne ye kwani enye bibi biara na be akwaje wa bonten because ye kwane ye kwaje wa bonten a wa hwa say wa kwakofo obi skana wo kwakwaje no wa won sanka on saka ye mpo wa sanso ama ne nkrofo sanso ba be ye dwuma skana sanso ko go mbutom eti imagine aka diskane baya na wo di ma nkrofo mo mu ye adwuma na aka wo so nkrofo no mbenyi sika ama wo aban no so wasanso ayden wenyi sika.
Okay, Richard, 2 minutes. What would you tell government over these construction issues?
The only abaya for abaya ba and abaya is still on. And always abaya wants to cheat their local people, which is not right. It's not this abang and our the contract our PI. Our former president, John Dramani Mahama, awarded contracts. He wasn't able to pay. What you say? Jerry awarded contracts. He wasn't able to pay. And he became a bad debt, which also cost the nation and collapsed our banks. We know me and Nusu near tax. So what you say? Now say I buy ever fair sika, no obedi sika, no or in the name of project development. Now he's not doing the right thing there. Then we need to, the fourth arm of government, you need to pressure them.
Yes.
Need to stand up and pressure them. Because what do obesika and acquire sediment. It is a say and the performance of baggage in the sika or better than with Pianka. Banks go up. Yes, they are buying. So I say, I'm so I buy so I'm a bank side. Because Ocean say, time say, that say, you shall come. Now, time the soon, not done the soon, no one piano car. Now, passes. ɔmfa n'ano nkɔpem po ansa no adidi na mogya ba watafre saa deɛ ne deɛ Ghana ban mɛsrɛ wo you need to put a stop to it and then work effectively with competent people who can work and work well and give them their allowances, their payments and everything so that they can also construct good roads for the country.
Okay, give them their allowances, payment and everything so that they can also construct good roads. This is where time will permit us. I believe we've had serious discussions, and these are discussions that are bothering the nation. Let me say a very big thank you to my director, Mr. Kingsley, my general manager, and then those in the MCR room, Makwesi. I know Akwesi is doing a very good job. And then to my panelists, Obecha, and then Francis Ajay. To all my cameramen as well, I want to say a very big thank you to you. I mean, you are the reason why we are here, and you are the reason why we are alive. And so, very, very big thank you to all. And then to the production team. God willing, tomorrow we will meet again, and it will be another discussion. Like I always say, Ghana is not for a political party, but Ghana is for us all.